Hi, Sandy and Marlene.
Too many fake people out there.
Well, I had put my whole name in and now it doesn't appear that way anymore.
Now it says Leonore's iPad.
Right. Unfortunately, what you have to do is you have to go into the settings on the iPad itself, because when you bought your iPad, they put that in there for you because they wanted to make sure everybody knew you were using an Apple product.
About a couple of months ago, you told me what to hit and I followed it and said, hit this, hit that, because I don't know how to hit otherwise. And it came on as Lee Wagman and now it doesn't appear.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll try to do it again.
Okay.
Mine
Okay.
just comes on.
Don't lose me.
Not tonight.
No, don't lose me.
Not tonight.
Okay. Hey, Felice.
Shabbat shalom. Good to see everybody.
Hi, Felice.
Wonderful to see Temple family and Edwina especially, and Jean
Yes.
especially, and Cheryl especially, and Susan especially, and Sheila especially, and Sandy and Marlene and Lee.
You're going to be kissing a lot of people.
Yes.
Right.
Police, if you would come on in about 2 minutes before the hour, you can keep us going through the entire service with your greetings.
Thank you.
Oh, look at Cheryl. She's got a smile.
That women's service was wonderful last
Oh,
night.
it was beautiful.
It was
It
beautiful.
was phenomenal.
Well done.
They really did a fantastic job.
Did they tape it or anything? Because I missed it. Was that?
Yeah, I
on-
think they did record it. I
Probably
think
did.
It was holy
It
and
was
beautiful,
wonderful.
just like
Yeah.
everything that Temple does.
It was beautiful.
Good.
Cheryl, how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Where's your little doggy today?
You know, they're sleeping already.
It was so
They
cute the
don't know
other day.
daylight savings time.
Yeah.
They're like
When
saving-
Rabbi Address was doing his class and you had stepped out, maybe somebody told you already, and one of the little white beautiful dog was there, and it was so funny. He said, "Oh, look, Cheryl has become a little dog and she's very adorable." And he said, and then your dog was really paying attention too. It was adorable.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Well, I like daylight saving time.
Yes, isn't it? Doesn't it feel good? Here it is.
Oh, yes, it's still light, beautiful. Yes. We should
Always
have a,
liked it.
There's Dan.
Wine Sox have joined us.
Hi,
Welcome.
Dan and
Dan.
Marcia.
And Marcia.
Hi, Marcia and
Hello,
Dan.
Marcia.
Hi, Dan and Marcia.
Hi. Good Shabbos, everybody. Good
Good
Shabbos.
Shabbos. Good Shabbos.
Everybody, was that deli a huge success? Was that wonderful? Wow.
Yes, we were just
How many-
talking about it.
Gene, how many bags of stuff were out there? I mean,
I understand there were 99 orders.
oh,
ooh,
Wonderful.
Now, if you don't mind sharing it, and if you do, I appreciate that. So I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot. Our order was not much. We only had $60.
okay.
But just think, if there were
I'm-
99 orders and the average order was, let's just say $60,
Yeah.
that's close to $6,000 worth of business.
Mhm.
Mine was $100.
Mine
I
was
ordered
seven. Mine was about
$100
75.
worth of
Mine
food.
was about
Mine was
75.
100.
So, you know,
So the high,
we'll
the
eventually get on.
average,
Excuse me, Susan?
the average cost, the average sales were high compared to just going
So,
somewhere
you
else.
know, the fascinating thing, the thing I'm very thankful about is Ben's does not raise their price, but they still give us 10%, like a commission. Of course, they don't have the waitress or the waiter that they're paying, the wait, but they still give us, and they were stunned with how many orders we came in with.
Mhm.
That's wonderful.
So,
What, about five people here work, you know, they brought their own people
right,
in the truck and they
In
were
their
the
own
ones
truck.
handing it out. So we didn't have to have anybody
It was
there.
great.
Ellen,
It
Ellen-
was
Ellen,
run, it was
Ellen
run
was
well.
there, but you didn't
and the
need
food was
sisterhood
good.
and brotherhood. You didn't need all kinds of people.
and you know, Ellen deserves a heck of a lot of credit for putting that and keeping it together.
Mhm, definitely. Well, obviously
was
it's
wonderful.
popular, and there'll be people that buy the next time that didn't buy this time because they'll hear that it was good or, you know, want to try something else. I
Well,
think
we're going to start promoting it. We didn't this time outside the temple, really, although it got outside the temple,
it,
because we wanted to make sure it worked.
Ah,
I think it worked.
It did.
Good work.
Well, especially
I love
since it's kosher, the people from the center would be likely to order it because it's all strictly kosher and they can't get anything around it.
Well, not everybody at the center goes
Caterer.
kosher.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the caterer Margot's does. I don't know where she gets her stuff from. I mean, she must get it from somewhere before she cooks it.
And
They make it. They're unbelievable. They're wonderful.
Now, it's called Margot's Catering, but Margot's long retired.
Yeah.
Her children are running it.
right.
They still have to
Margot
get it
doesn't.
somewhere in the supplies and everything, wholesale or something. So I don't know where
They get it from New York. They get it
Say
from New
that Ben's is probably a competitor of Margot. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, not the same.
I don't think so.
Margot's catering,
Obama.
where Ben has, brick and mortar restaurants, and stuff.
Her children are running it. They do a large catering business down there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Charlie
yeah.
Cantor,
The
welcome.
cancer.
Hello, Alan.
Oh, Shabbat
Charlie.
Shalom, everybody.
Hello, Ann. Bernard, hello.
This is the top of our head.
Hi, Alan. Ann and
Hello.
Bernard. Charlie.
You can fix it if you want to. You have to move the bottom.
That's Karen Stone. Hello, that is Karen Stone, isn't it? That's right, it looks like Karen Stone.
Edwina,
Jack.
Hello.
Jack. Hello, Jack.
hello.
Oh, hi, Jack, how you doing?
Howard, Chief, good to see you. Felice, Charlie, can't forget where she is. Marcia, Dan.
Hi, Jack.
Ann and Bernard.
Karen Stone. Hi, Karen.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Hey, Alan.
Shabbat Shalom, Karen.
It's wonderful to see everybody.
Hi, Sandy. Hello, Marlene.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hi, Rabbi and Marilyn.
Hi, Rabbi Marilyn.
Shabbat Shalom.
Rabbi Goodman.
Hi, Jack, you nice guy.
That's not Joanne Cohen.
Okay.
Stone.
Hello, Shabbat
Hi, Edwina.
Shalom.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hey, Edwina.
Karen Stone.
Hey, Edwina. Oh, Edwina.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Canterbury. That was so gorgeous last night. Oh, that was wonderful last
Women's Day
night.
last night was beautiful. It was amazing.
Beautiful program.
Well,
Beautiful.
for those who missed the tree planting, it was a beautiful ceremony. You need to see it on YouTube at the Temple channel.
Okay.
On YouTube,
Okay.
wonderful.
Carrie.
Thank you,
ask
Jack.
Somebody to come in.
Hey, Janie.
I mean, Edwina, sorry.
Hi,
not Carrie.
everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Hi, Edwina.
Hello.
Hi, Janie. Now I found you. You moved it from one corner to the other. That's interesting.
That's what happens with the.
I had no control over that.
You did it?
Okay.
No. You don't.
How's everybody?
Fabulous. Now
Wonderful. How about you?
Wonderful.
Doing well?
Edwina, are you doing
Good.
okay?
Good, great.
Okay, you have 2 people to come in.
Okay.
3.
Hello.
It's so nice. My daughter's in New York and she just texted me and said Shabbat Shalom. So that makes me happy.
That's nice.
It is.
Hello,
We do
Jane.
that every Friday. Every
That's
Friday.
lovely.
Hey, James. Yeah.
Hi, James and Joanne.
Ross, hello. Karen, hello. Good to see you.
Hi, Goodman.
Give me my phone. I can turn to Shabbat Shalom to me. I need to.
Hello, Lawson.
Hi. Hello. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Hello,
Shalom.
Bernie Sim.
Hi, Jackie. Hi, Bernie.
Hi.
No, he's doing much better now.
Bernie and Jackie.
Morning, Jackie.
I see Bernie. I don't see Jackie.
James,
Finishing up.
James and Joanne.
Linda.
Michael.
Hey, Linda.
Hey,
How you
Linda.
doing? Hi, Michael Cora.
Hey, what's happening?
How are
Welcome,
you?
Michael.
Good. Hi, Karen Stone.
Hello.
Go
Shabbat
Canterbury.
shalom. It's great to see you.
There's Marcia and.
Oh, and I just got a good Shabbos from my sweet
Karen, you have a
niece.
twin. Karen Stone, you have a twin.
I have a twin?
Yes, you do. I see her.
Oh,
Yes, I see her on CNN doing the news. She has the
Okay.
same style of hair, same shape face.
okay.
She does a wonderful. She's like tops in her field.
Awesome. The last time someone told me I had a twin, it made me lose 20 pounds when I saw who it was. I was
Oh,
like,
that's
oh my
funny.
God. So it might inspire me. We'll see. Oh, you're so funny. Hey, Bernie. Shabbat shalom.
It's just like looking at everybody's face.
Laura, it's great to see everybody. It's so
Hello,
lovely.
Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Hey,
Hello.
Laura.
Honey,
Hey, Laura.
the bottom.
Laura,
Hey,
Where's Ruthie?
Hi, Laura.
hey, y'all. There's Bernie.
Say hello.
Where's not Ruthie?
That's it.
Can't see Ruthie
Hi,
Nachman.
Laura.
Bernie, can't see Ruthie Nachman.
Hi.
Let's see.
I see Bernie, not Ruth.
Gene, don't forget to remind everybody what tomorrow night is.
Tomorrow night.
We'll be there, Jack. We'll be there.
raise your hand if you don't know what tomorrow night is.
It's in the announcements later, so I promise you'll hear.
It's in the announcements, everybody.
Shh, we're
I
live.
have a feeling everybody knows.
Micah Brown. Hello, Micah.
Hi there.
How are you?
Trying to figure this out.
Welcome.
Thank you. What are you doing?
Come on, not in the picture.
Want chocolate?
No, I don't.
Oh, you have.
Do I see Carolyn Cantor?
Try to see.
Yes.
Yes, I do. Hello.
Carolyn.
Ah. Well, it's the same people.
I forgot, but I
How do you
believe.
do with the gallery?
Ty.
Oh, go
When
there.
it-
No, you can't touch it. It's just.
Oh,
use
there.
the mouse. Or here.
I'm forwarding my daughter, who's 24 in New York, the Zoom login. She's going to join services. I'm very happy.
Yeah. In the upper area up there. See that view up in the upper right? See that little
Great.
square? Click on that.
That was-
No. Well, maybe it did.
You go to gallery. honey.
Yeah, yes.
It's white around my neck.
Let's see.
Something white on my
Did you get the?
Karen, I just got a good Shabbos from my niece, my sweet niece. It feels wonderful. Yeah.
Isn't it great?
It's so great.
nice.
Good evening, everybody. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Moment, I'm going to mute everybody, and the cancer's going to unmute herself and hold a fantastic service. So wish you all Shabbat shalom,
Shalom.
service, and talk with you later.
Edwina, yeah, hey.
overhead light off.
Hello, everybody. Shabbat shalom. Let's start with a little nigun. That's when the Passover season begins. And last night we celebrated our women's Seder. So a little Passover to give us a taste of next weekend. Ilu hotzi hotzianu hotzianu mi Mitzrayim. Ilu hotzi hotzianu. Sorry. Hotzianu mi Mitzrayim dainu. Dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dainu dainu. Dainu dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dainu dainu. Even Natan Natalanu Natalanu et Hashavat Natalanu et Hashavat dainu. Dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dainu dainu. Dainu dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dainu dainu. Ilu Natan Natalanu Natalanu et HaTorah Natalanu et HaTorah dainu. Dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dainu dainu. Dainu dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dai dainu. Dainu dainu. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la All right, we're going to head over now to page 1 of our service. And on the right-hand column, we're looking for Lechu Niranana. Lechu Niranana. Ya la la ya la. La Adonai. Ya la 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 la. Nahariya. La 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 la. Etzuri sheinu. Ya la 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 la. Let us sing unto God, the maker of all, sure and strong. Let all creation from mountain to sea hear our song. Lechu Niranana, la 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 la. It's turn over to page 2 for the lighting of our Shabbat candles. O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who join us in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav tzivanu lehadlik ner tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you who commands us to kindle the lights of Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav tzivanu lehadlik ner tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you who commands us to kindle the lights of Shabbat. We continue at the bottom of page 2. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope. For Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living. For Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness. For Shabbat peace born of friendship and love, we offer thanks and blessing, O God. And we'll find the words to Shalom Aleichem at the top of page 3. Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Hashatim, Malchei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Shalom, Malchei Hashalom, Malchei Bottom of the page. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. Top of page 5. Yitkadash me'rabha V'yalmad yivrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei B'chaychon u'yomechon U'v'chayidcho beit Yisrael Ba'kala U'v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yeheshmi Rabba Mivorach, Le'alam Ulamei Hamaya, Yiparach, Yiparach, Vishtabach, Yitpa'ar, Yitramam, Ve'yitnahaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitale, V'yitalal, Shmei Kutsha B'rihu, Leila min koberchata, v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran miyama, v'yimeru, amen. And we rise either in body or in spirit for our call to prayer. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. The bottom of the page. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. At the bottom of page 6. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. We can be seated once more as we look below to the words of Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam lehot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam amizuzot beitecha uv'isharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. The middle of page 8. When evil darkens our world, let us be the bearers of light. When fists are clenched in self-righteous rage, let our hands be open for the sake of peace. When injustice slams doors on the ill, the poor, the old, and the stranger, let us pry the doors open. Where shelter is lacking, let us be the builders. Where food and clothing are needed, let us be providers. Where knowledge is denied, let us be champions of learning. When dissent is stifled, let our voices speak truth to power. When the earth and its creatures are threatened, let us be their guardians. When bias, greed, and bigotry erode our country's values, let us proclaim liberty throughout the land. In the places where no one acts like a human being, let us bring courage. Let us bring compassion. Let us bring humanity. Mi chamocha. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. אוקיי, הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי, אנו יאמרו, זה אלי, אנו יאמרו, אדוני, ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדד בקודש, מי כמוך באלים Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora Turn over now to page 9 for our Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'ha'amidenu shomrenu l'chayim. Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Ushmor tseitenu uvoenu lechayim ushalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Baruch atah Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. In the top of page 10. Shamru b'nei Yisrael HaShabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני עולים בני ישראל, בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ויום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Turn over to page 11, and we're going to use Lucy Greenbaum's meditation to get us ready for the tefillah this evening. You are blessed and you are holy. You are blessed and you are praised. You are blessed and you are faithful to the ones who praise your name. You are kind and you are healing. You are cleansing of my soul. You are loved and pure and gracious. You are real and make me whole. Adonai Svatai Tiftach Open my lips for your praises, they'll show through your graces. Open up my lips, open up my lips. You are wise and you are sparing. You are merciful and clear. You are utter perfection, no more wrong directions. I'm loved, I am here. Adonai Svatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Open my lips for your praises, they'll show through your graces. Open up my lips, open up my lips, open up my lips. We rise now either in body or in spirit for our tefillah this evening, beginning in the middle of page 11. Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'hanora El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim v'Kornei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imot, U'mevii Geula livnei v'neihem, Leman Shemo b'Ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atarav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid haga Hashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al givurot, Umido melech, Melech meimit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'neman atah lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Let us be seated. We continue at the bottom of page 13. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yir'ah na'avod. Odim anachnu lach. Sha'atahu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu le'olam va'ed. Tzur chayenu, magen yishenu atahu ledor vador. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha u'lecha na'eh lechodot. This Shalom Rav, which we have sung before, This is from Craig Taubman's Friday Night Live service. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Amcha Tahasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Amcha Tahasim Le'olam. Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Amcha Tahasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Amcha Tahasim Le'olam. V'tov b'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael v'chol עת v'chol shah b'shalomecha. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Amcha Tahasim Le'olam. 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 We'll take a moment now for our silent prayers, and then we're going to join together on page 16 with Be Holy, Here's the Whisper. Be holy, hear the whisper, a quiet, gentle voice. Be holy, hear the whisper that helps us make the choice to be like God. To be like God. Be holy, hear the whisper, present every day. Be holy, hear the whisper that teaches us the way to be like God. To be like God. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Be holy, hear the whisper that guides each word and deed. Be holy, hear the whisper, reminding us we need to be like God. To be like God. Be holy, hear the whisper, the warmth of love's embrace. Be holy, hear the whisper, giving us the grace to be like God. To be like God. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I have a little sermonette this evening for us. I found it on my searches, and it's by Rabbi Ben Spratt. And he calls this Encountering God in the Sacred Silence. In Shemot Rabbah, we read, Rabbi Abahu said, when the Holy One gave the Torah, no bird cried out, no fowl flew, no ox bellowed, the angels did not move, the seraphim did not say, holy, holy, holy. The sea did not stir, the creatures did not speak. The whole world fell into a total silence. In a world filled with every color, taste, and sound under the heavens, if there was one powerful component of life that is absent, it is silence. We have erased it from every area. We have put speakers in subway cars and buses, music plays in grocery stores, and woos shoppers off the sidewalks. Blaring TVs are in our cabs and cars. And rare is the person who doesn't plug in music or podcasts amidst his or her daily journeys through cities of sound. Auditory cacophony and visual din are so needed for many of us that we use white noise machines to sleep, and Twitter and email feeds wake us up. The French philosopher Blaise Pascal wrote, all of humanity's problems stem from a person's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. According to a recent meta-study published in Science magazine, we are so uncomfortable with undistracted silence that the majority of participants in the study would rather receive electric shocks than sit for even a few minutes in silence. Take away our sensory distractions and discomfort descends. For in silence, we are forced to hear the things we so often drown out. The cries of the soul, the existential solitude, the questions of person, place, and purpose. Silence points not only to what comes at us, but also to what comes out of us. The Vilna Gaon used to go for days fasting, not on food, but on words. According to his ethical letter, Igeret Hagra, a person should afflict himself the entirety of his remaining days, not by fasting of food, but rather by the fasting of one's own mouth. And the Hasidic masters believed the highest form of spiritual practice was not the uttering of prayers or the sound of study, but rather hitbodedut, embracing silence, also known as self-seclusion or self-isolation, a spiritual silence, a silence of noticing, a silence of connecting. This Shabbat, we begin the ever popular book of Leviticus. We're often distracted by its details of dashed blood against the wall and disease, priestly purity and sacred slaughter. The book opens with the word Vayikra, God called, a word that gives us the Hebrew names for the first portion and for the book as a whole. After near constant talking and speaking from God, we encounter what feels oddly out of place. God calls to Moses. For the philosopher Franz Rosenzweig, this single word summarizes the substance of all that was revealed to the Israelites on Sinai. God called to humanity. The Torah and all the subsequent writings are simply our response. There's also an orthographic oddity in the single word Vayikra. Written in the Torah, the final letter is always scribed in miniature form. A tiny 12-point font Aleph next to the 24-point font of the rest of the word. In the Zohar, our mystical books, this points to the mystics' teaching that the silence of the Aleph inspires God to see it as the only conduit for unity and connection. Later thinkers imagined that of all the words and letters in the Torah, the only thing God uttered was the first letter of the Ten Commandments, the letter Aleph, the letter of silence, the space of God's presence. If you have ever sat with someone in silence, you know that there are different kinds of silence. Silence of sadness, of joy, of uncertainty, of love. In silence, we are given the chance to feel presence beyond words. And for most of us, the most profound and powerful moments of our lives are never about words, but about feelings, the sense of belonging, the yearning for wholeness, the heart-shattering feeling of loss. And out of that silence, God may speak. Our early sages imagined that since the dawn of time, God has been calling out to every person at every moment. Abraham was simply the first person to be silent enough to notice. God has been calling out of a bush aflame. Moses was simply the first person silent enough to notice. In another example, God was whispering in the quiet. Elijah was the first to notice it on the mountaintop, as we read about the famous still small voice or soft whisper of silence. Our tradition, which imagines the universe created with words and encourages us to fill our homes and sanctuaries with speaking and song, believes that God calls out of the Aleph, the small spaces of silence. We live in a world in which it is so hard to stumble upon silence. And when we do, we would often prefer receiving an electric shock to staying within it. And yet, Vayikra, God calls out to us in each moment of each day. The prophet Zephaniah, envisioning what will happen on the day we enter the Messianic era, offers our ancestors these words: "On that day, I will make silence in love." For even but a moment, may we leave behind the buzz and hum, the storms and the fires, the words and the tweets, and may we fall into the small spaces of the Aleph, and there we may just hear God's voice. We turn our thoughts now to those who are in need of healing. We pray for our families, friends, members of this congregation, and for everyone who is injured or ill in body or in spirit. Some of us pray for ourselves. Others pray for those who are dearest to us. Give strength and purpose, unflagging energy, and deep wells of patience to all who seek healing, and to their caregivers, family, and friends. Oh God, gracious parent, hear our prayer and make our lives a blessing. As I read our congregational Mishaberach list this evening, if you haven't already, please feel free to enter any names you wish to share in our chat box at this time. We're thinking especially of Carol Babcock, Rosalie Teddy Bono, Peggy Saren Clark, Tom Davis, Devorah Bat Rachel, the Elkin family of South California, Howard Enzel, Art Fields, Amanda Garamita, Jim Grant, Deborah Gunn, Alan Halperin, Margaret Hare, Mary Hartman, Robert Kay, Mike Klitinick, Marilyn Levitt, Teresa Levy, Barbara McDonald, Gary Nadler, Naomi Nagel, David Osaski, Laura Osaski, Buddy Pollock, Jean Posen, Joyce Racklin, Randall Rout, Sandra Resnikoff, Alex Rosen, Stephanie Sibilia, Judy Shea, Ruthie Silver, Ron Sohn, Bernice Tobias, David Van Alstine, Ruth Van Alstine, Judy Van Gorder, Caroline Wank. We add to those names this evening Roz Davis, Keith Copeland, Sam Barkley, Rick Montroy, Annette Amsel, Lori Kurland, Bruce Emanuel, Lisa Emanuel, Samantha Denmark, Ben Burford, David Cowgill, Martin Kaufman, Preston Fairfax, Evelyn Seltzer Kahn, Elaine Powell, Sandra Spear, Nicholas Sobek, Karen Mitchum, Holly Martindale, Malka Klein. For all of those whom we've named aloud and those who we hold in our hearts this evening, we join together in the middle of page 17 for our Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avoteinu Mikor HaBracha Avoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imoteinu Kor HaBracha Avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Our service continues now in the middle of page 18 as we rise either in body or in spirit for the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו כחומונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Please be seated once more as we look together at the bottom of page 19. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. As I read our congregational yahrzeit list for this Shabbat, if you have a name to add this evening, you may go ahead and enter that into our chat box. We're observing a period of Shiva now for Lois Zoller and Howard Enzel, and the month of Shloshim for Carol Brody, Frederick Enzel, and Anna Elenoff. This Shabbat, we observe the yahrzeit of Max Mickey Block, Myrna Lee Braverman, Mildred Brigant, Edgar Brown, Eleanor Brown, Seymour Burns, Barnett Chepanik, Bertie Cohen, Melvin O. Cohen, Faye Fields, Terry Friedman, Lena K. Guerin, Milton Gelbman, Leslie Goldstein, Mary Goodman, Jules Granite, Paula L. Isaacs, Zelda Commissar, Mordechai Capel, Susan Katz, Dr. Bernard K., Mildred Klitinick, Charles Lee, Stephen Margulies, Robert Bob Myers, Dora Pankin, Thelma Perlman, Marianne Rabinowitz, Sanford S. Schwartz, Michael Siebel, Albert Smolin, Alexander Spivak, Sigmund Sultan, Joaquin Chochman, Nathan Vandroff, Etta Vandroff, the Reverend Dr. Carl Herman Voss, Sylvia Yanoff Fridman. We add to those names this evening, Lucille Appling, Jeremy Duggar. For all of those whom we've named aloud and those we hold in our hearts, we rise together as a community, either in body or in spirit, to extol God's name through the words of the Mourner's Kaddish on page 20. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alamul almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei dekudsha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all those who mourn. And we say together once more, amen. Please be seated. And it's my honor this evening to invite Karen Stone to come deliver our announcements for us.
Good evening and Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Before sharing some exciting announcements, I'd like to thank Canterbury for a really meaningful and beautiful worship experience. And also just to say to everyone, it's so great to see so many people that I love. You know, this is really awesome. We continue to worship, learn, and engage with our community virtually on Zoom. Tomorrow, which is March 20th, Saturday, Torah study will be led by Rabbi Goodman at 9 a.m., followed by Shabbat morning worship with Canterbury at 10:30 a.m. I'm absolutely delighted to be able to share the news that we will be coming together tomorrow evening for Havdalah. And this will be our first in-person event since last June. CDC protocols will be followed with appropriate social distancing, and of course, masks are required. The dedication of the Biblical Gardens with Reverend Dr. Bez will begin at 6:45 p.m., followed by Havdalah with Cantor at 7 p.m. On Monday, March 22nd, we look forward to the introduction to Judaism class with Rabbi Goodman, which will be held at 7 p.m. On Tuesday, March 23rd, Canterbury will lead us in wisdom class at 10:30 a.m. And as a reminder to everyone, Pastiche is preparing a traditional Seder dinner. You need to place your orders by Monday, March 22nd, if you would like for them to cater for Passover for you. The details are in Temple Times, but again, the deadline is Monday. We also have some other exciting news to share. We will be returning to our sanctuary for Saturday morning worship beginning on April 10th. The attendance will be restricted and reservations are necessary. So please make sure if you'd like to attend that you check your temple emails for further information and the ability to sign up for this wonderful getting back together for worship starting again on Saturday, April 10th. And please save the date. Jaffe will be doing hosting a beach cleanup on Saturday, April 17th, with more details to come. Again, wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom and looking forward to seeing everyone in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. And it's nice to see you too. Shabbat Shalom. We turn back to the bottom of page 20 to make Kiddush for this Shabbat. If you would join me, even though I can't hear you, just join me. I can see your mouths moving. It's lovely. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. V'shabbat kodsho v'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu macharta Ve'otanu kidashta mikol amim ve'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat l'chaim. This is one of the leftover chalot from Ben's Deli. It was in the freezer. It's very large. My children are going to be so happy. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. And if you see in our chat box right now, David Kaufman added one little message, a reminder not to forget our special congregational meeting on March 30th. That is a Tuesday at 7 p.m. via Zoom to ratify the contract with Rabbi Maya Glasser. Very exciting. But we also have something else that is very exciting. Another grandbaby for David and Sherry Kaufman. A mazel tov to you. We're sorry we're not with you in person, but we can't wait to be able to congratulate you tomorrow evening when we gather for Havdalah in the parking lot. We're going to conclude our service this evening with our prayer for peace, Oseh Shalom. This is the one with our text. May the one who makes peace bring peace down. Bring peace down. Oseh Shalom. Bimrola. Oseh Shalom. Bimrola. Uyaseh Shalom. Uyaseh Shalom. Uyaseh Shalom. Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, Oseh Shalom. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Shabbat shalom.
Thank you.
Lovely
Wonderful
service.
service.
Beautiful service.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Wonderful.
Shalom.
Carolyn,
Service.
wow,
Very nice.
wow.
Hi there.
She joined us from New York. I'm so happy. Yes.
Very nice. Very
Very
nice.
nice. Yes.
That's really nice.
Mazel tov, David and Sherry.
Yes, big mazel tov.
Oh my gosh,
Mazel tov.
That is one beautiful picture, that beautiful baby.
That's very
you.
adorable baby.
I'm so happy for you.
Baby is
Thank you.
adorable.
Hey, Lisa. Shabbat shalom, Lisa.
Yeah, mazel
Big
tov.
boy.
And Mara.
Is
I'll see everyone tomorrow. Shabbat shalom,
Shabbat
everybody.
shalom. all.
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shabbat
Shalom.
You will,
Jack
everybody.
there?
Hey, Shabbat
Yes, he
Shalom,
is.
Edwina.
He's here.
David,
Shabbat shalom, Cantor.
Jack.
Shabbat shalom. Last French toast until Pesach. After Pesach.
Shabbat shalom. Stay safe, guys. That's right.
Shouldn't
Yeah.
pour.
Wow. What's that say?
From Lisa.
Good.
Nice to see
The weather
everyone.
holds out for tomorrow night.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Oh, take care.
5:30.
Hello, Barb.
Good morning.
Hi, Barb. Hi, Ron. Shabbat shalom.
Hi.
Good morning. Thank you, Sheila.
Take care, everybody.
David and Sherry.
Nice service, Cantor.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Good
Beautiful.
service.
Wonderful service.
Thank you.
Best of
Take
wolves.
care, everybody.
Sherry, congratulations.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
And I've already said to David, Jamie said it to David that time.
Rabbi Goodman, you know you had something to do with this.
I'm delighted. Wonderful.
That's the fourth one, right?
Number 4.
Yeah.
That's
Wonderful.
nice. That's wonderful.
First grandson.
Oh, wow. Oh, boy. First grandson.
First
Yes.
grandson.
You were probably wondering, am I going to have all girls?
He doesn't stand a chance.
Well, congratulations. Take care, everybody. Be
Thank
well.
you.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Care,
Night.
Cheryl. Bye, Cheryl.
Bye. Take care. Shabbat shalom.
Tomorrow night.
Nice to see you all.
That's
Tomorrow
right. Hope to
night.
see you tomorrow night. That's right.
Tomorrow night.
Yes.
David, 5:30 tomorrow.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to remind you. 5:30. I'll be here.
Good. So will I.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, David.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Good night, Lee.
Always good to see you, Edwina.
Bob and
Good to see you,
Marilyn.
Sue.
Edwina, good job tonight.
Marvelous. You did great.
Good job. Good job.
I'm going home. TV time.
You are home, Jack.
I know, but home is TV time.
Oh, okay.
Help Din Din. Tomorrow I'm bringing Din Din with me.
Good for you.
Hey,
Otherwise, you won't be done.
hey.
Oh.
Hey.
Good one, Rabbi.
Can't stop the mistakes.
Marilyn,
Yeah.
I feel badly for you.
Well, I've gotten used to it.
You do it too. She does it too.
I learned.
Fine tree. That is one
I
fine.
learned.
Take care, all.
Thank you. You
Shabbat
too.
shalom.
You too.
Oh, I was made host, so I can say goodnight and shut it down. Hey, everybody take care of yourselves.
Lenore,
Marilyn and Bob, and Rabbi, are you going to be with us tomorrow night?
Unfortunately, I can't be, and we apologized to Goldie. And we had every intention of being at Temple Wednesday for the planting. And then for the first time in my career, I had a funeral that was postponed today because they wouldn't have trouble getting a doctor to sign the death certificate. You can't bear it without it. It was crazy.
The doctor said the person hadn't passed
Well,
away?
it was,
You wouldn't
then
say
they found a family doctor that the kids didn't know about. It was just,
I understand. I was just trying
it
to
was a very confusing.
Anyway, take care, both of you. Lenore, look, we'll miss you. And Shabbat Shalom, y'all.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Have a
Shalom.
good time.
Take care.
Take care.